You're looking live back here in Greensboro, North Carolina for the men's open division. We have Principia against James Madison. Principia in the red, James Madison in the black. Some confusion at the start with one of the James Madison players. Not quite sure what the problem is there.
Ooh, and a poor line out there.
Looks like James Madison's playing with only 6 players. Appears that maybe one of their players had an equipment issue and had to be taken off the field right at the start. So Principia attacking. Well, he's been subbed on, so it's now 7-on-7. Principia, the Thunder Chickens.
Ooh, nearly broke through there in the center. Just not quite able to set a clean ruck there. James Madison able to turn the ball over, working it left. Pass not quite going to hand there.
Principia 2-0 so far in pool play. Beat Lafayette College 38-12. And beat Emory handily 47-5. James Madison, on the other hand, winless so far in pool play.
It is a scrum to James Madison, but it appears they've lost the ball, but a penalty from the referee. This is going to be a quick tap here for James Madison, hoping to make something of their day.
Looks like he got Principia for pulling in the scrum.
Ooh, and just not able to hold on to the ball there. A little bit of fly hacking going on. Referee calling this one back. It's going to be Principia's ball.
Got a man down for James Madison.
I have a matchup here between 2 conference champions in James Madison and Principia. James Madison winning the Cardinal Conference, and Principia the Gateway Conference. Looks like an injured player here for James Madison. Going to have to replace him quickly. Appears to be a shoulder injury.
Although James Madison is 0-2 on the day, it should be noted that they also have a separate side playing in the 15s national championships today, showing the depth of their program.
Number 6, Joseph Sepka, on for the injured James Madison player. And Principia scrum here. Ooh, a little bit sloppy there, but Principia comes up with it. Looking to take it to the line there. Nice run from Principia. Good offload there.
Great play from the Thunder Chickens.
Ooh, and the try is scored, but nearly running out the back there.
Yeah, that was close. He needed to get that down quicker.
And a good little bit of skill there. Able to break the line there up the center. Open it up, and a good little offload there out the back. It was those one-handed offloads becoming a lot more popular these days.
Yeah, it really is. Sonny Bill Williams making his mark on the sevens game. See if we can get a replay of that. First receiver for Principia. Excellent pass right there.
It's just so tough to stop those sort of offloads. You break the line, you draw on the defenders. Everyone's sort of committing there because they believe the tackle's on, and you're able to get that off. It's just a tough thing to stop, and the kick just not quite going over there. So the try goes unconverted for Principia. Kicking off here to James Madison. Number 15 here, Trevor Marundi.
Marundi clearly a standout player for Principia.
It was a nice high kick, but a little bit long, so James Madison able to gather without too much challenge there from Principia. James Madison a little slow to get to the ruck there, but a penalty, says the referee, for diving over Principia. And now the ball getting worked wide here. Player attempting to draw the man. Ball is stripped by Principia on their way out.
They take a quick line out. There's
Referee.
Marundi. Good footwork.
Drawing the man nicely there, but just able to get a hold of those jerseys. Not able to hold on there. It looks like Marshall McCurdy's there with the knock on.
Principia is coached by Ward Patterson, who came to fame as the Middlebury head coach, led the Panthers to a Division II national championship back in, I believe, 2007.
So clearly some good coaching there. Seeing
he's done a great job with this Principia program.
Oh, nice big hit there. James Madison just not able to clean this ball up. Principia, good job diving on the ball to secure it. Referee is going to call it holding on there. James Madison with the ball quickly. Hoping to draw the man out. The pass on the outside doesn't quite have the gas to get over, bust up there on the side. Principia able to turn that ball over. But now James Madison also able to recover.
Looks like the referee's going to call a knock on. Both teams very aggressive at the breakdown.
Absolutely, turning into a bit of a scrappy contest there at the breakdown. The ball went, one team turned it over, the next team turned it over, all in the span of about 3 turnovers there in the span of 30 seconds. So this is going to be a Principia put into the scrum.
Look for Marundi to attack. Oh, referee's awarded a free kick. Jake Nono had the tap and go, offloaded to Marundi. Principia still in attack. James Madison appears to be a little bit disorganized defensively.
Yeah, but that was Jordan Anderson who took it to the line there for Principia. And a penalty to James Madison. Going to turn the ball over to them. Taking it quickly here. A couple of players isolated here for James Madison, not quite linked up with the rest of their team. Looks like maybe the game plan, everyone not quite on the same page there where they need to be. Now James Madison here trying to attack this sideline, finding a bit of space. Just not quite able to pull it off, but does find a support runner. But it appears there was a knock on from James Madison in the attempt.
And that's going to be the half with Principia leading 5-0. We're going to go to break, and we'll be back for the start of the second half.
And now we're back on with our match between Principia in the red and James Madison in the black.
Principia really annihilated their first 2 opponents in pool play, but the Thunder Chickens are laying an egg here. It's third game of the day. Only up 5-0 on James Madison.
You know, in an interesting first half, I mean, certainly Principia seemed the more polished unit, seemed to be playing a good brand of rugby here. But this James Madison side has been a very scrappy ball game. Both sides being very physical at the breakdown, and James Madison a bit disarrayed at times, but certainly playing very, very physical. Good solid hit there. Trying to make a contest, and there we go. A big intercept there from number 6, James Madison. That's Joseph Sepka, but a turnover to Principia. Just back and forth stuff here. Oh, goodness, in space out wide, the Principia pass just going too far. Needed to keep a calm head there and make that pass, and that could have potentially been a try.
Yeah, he looked to be away if that pass went to hand. James Madison making a substitution, pulling off their player with the mitts.
Joseph Sepka,
don't really see the mitts that much anymore.
No, it's true. It seems to have had its day, but obviously still on sale somewhere. So now we're going to have a James Madison put in here.
Good attacking opportunity for James Madison about 10 meters out.
Absolutely.
Looks like they're set up to go blindside, and that is what they were going to try to do, but great defense by the Principia scrum half. Well,
and a penalty.
A little bit too good a defense.
And here we are, chance for James Madison, trying the line. Good 2-on-1 there. And an excellently worked try there from James Madison. You know, just a real nice little 2-on-1 situation there. Managed to suck the defender in quite nicely and put his man away.
Yep, that's fundamentals. 2v1, draw the defender, make the pass. He goes in for the try. Going to be a difficult conversion here, though, from the touchline.
And this has turned into a pretty interesting ball game here. A lot of back and forth. Again, Principia, you have to imagine, going to be the favorite coming into this match, having won their previous 2 encounters on the day. James Madison 0-2, but obviously James Madison here, tit for tat, the ball's going back and forth, just turnover after turnover after turnover. This is not quite what I think most people were expecting.
No, and you have to wonder if maybe Ward Patterson for Principia is resting some of his better players with an eye towards tomorrow's quarterfinals.
Well, certainly the need to rotate players and rest them, a very, very important part of sevens rugby, but there's always the danger in that strategy of potentially taking your opponents too lightly. James Madison
Good
hoping
defense.
to prove that true. Ooh,
Principia seeing a lot of passes not go to hand.
Absolutely. They're good tight spirals, but just missing their mark. And we're going to have a James Madison line out here. A little too close for comfort if you're Principia.
They could be in danger of losing the top seed for tomorrow.
Certainly, I don't think what they were expecting here. As you mentioned, maybe looking to make sure they have the strongest roster they can on the field if things continue the way they are.
No sweeper for James Madison. If Principia looks up, they see a lot of space if someone wants to put a kick behind the defense.
Absolutely. It's an aggressive choice in running out a sweeper. It certainly allows you to defend on a more man-on-man basis at the front line. But as you said, so vulnerable to a line break there. It's certainly a high-risk, high-reward strategy.
I've seen a lot of teams doing that on the IRB circuit recently, playing without a sweeper, and that seems to have trickled down to the college game here because a lot of teams today are doing that as well.
Certainly, teams seem to be getting a lot more sophisticated in choosing when to run a sweeper, and a huge break up the middle here for Principia.
Great break by Jordan Anderson. He's going to go under the posts.
And as we mentioned there, so dangerous. That's the reason you have a sweeper in those sorts of situations. You get a middle line break, even when you're running a sweeper, a line break up the middle is just so dangerous. The ball runner just has so many options, pass off the left, right, or step to the left or right. But in that situation, out of the sweeper, it's just a foot race at that point to see who's going to get to the line first.
Yep. Once he was through, he was gone. Easy conversion miss though. So James Madison converted try would put him ahead. 2 minutes remain. Anderson, no stranger to the tri-zone today, had 2 against Emory earlier today. And with Wisconsin Stout having swept through their pool, Principia needs to finish 3-0 and have a better point differential in order to get the #1 seed for tomorrow's knockout rounds.
James Madison here with the ball, going to tap it up.
So a minute and a half remaining. James Madison on the attack, down 5 points. Excellent break. Kyle Sherwood for James Madison has tied the game. Fantastic individual effort.
Absolutely. Showed a great turn of pace there just to break that line. Nobody looked like catching him. And as you mentioned earlier, a converted try puts them ahead in this situation. Not the easiest of conversions, but certainly a doable one.
It's not a gimme.
Let's look at this replay here. A little bit of broken play, defense opening up in the middle. Just a foot race to the try line, and he had the gas to get there.
Great speed from the big man, Sherwood.
And he's made it. That is a converted try. James Madison now leads this contest 12-10. Certainly not what I think most observers would have expected in this situation. This is quite a ball game.
It is.
Oh, but followed up with a shanked kick here. James Madison will need to scramble back on defense here. Principia with the quick tap at the halfway line.
We've seen this a lot today, where a poor restart. And again, no sweeper. Principia, have they taken advantage of it? Great cover by
that's number 22.
Jabari Terrell. He puts the ball to touch, and is that full time? The crowd thinks it is, and the referee says yes. James Madison gets the win.
And a huge upset from James Madison based on previous results today.
Great finish for the day for the Dukes. Principia looks very dejected walking off the field.
Absolutely. After brushing aside their opposition earlier today, again, 2-0 coming into this match with some pretty hefty margins. And a James Madison side coming in 0-2 on the day. Again, a lot of fight from this James Madison side to beat a much fancier Principia team.
Up next, we're going to have another match from the men's open division. Sonoma State against New Hampshire.